All right, everyone, get in here, sit down, and shut up. We've got a lot to talk about. It has been a minute. I think November last year was my last video that I made. This does look a lot different, I'm sure. No fancy green screen or anything like that, or fake computer monitor up in the whichever corner I put it in, but this is what we're going to work with for now. So I do thank you so much if you hung around, and we're looking forward to my picks again this year. As you can see, we're going to get right to them here in just a minute. Just want to say, if you do get a chance to see this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm going to go through each and every week of the NFL season, giving you picks, including the spread picks and everything else. Week one, what can we say other than, it is going to be a crapshoot. We don't know anything about this season yet. The preseason, I don't care what you think. Nothing in the preseason will translate into the regular season. That's just the way it is. You can imagine. I remember a few seasons ago, the Colts, I think they won the Super Bowl the year they lost every single preseason game, and then I think it was either the same preseason or the next preseason where the Lions won every single preseason game and then lost every single regular season game. So I refuse to believe that the preseason means anything other than teams and coaches deciding who's going to be on that final 53. So, blank slate, nobody knows anything. I'll dress this up on the sides a little bit more as the season goes, keep track of how we're doing on the spread, how we're doing on the money line, and all that sort of thing. So, let's just get right into it. A lot less editing going to be going on with this as well from my standpoint, as I just want to get these videos out. I think you all just want to see me tell you who's going to win and not really care how fancy I make the video. So, but we'll get there if we need to. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with the very first game of the NFL season this year. The Dallas Cowboys go to the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have a little contest. Now, this is a tough one. I kind of like the Cowboys this year, just from just a little bit. I don't know why. It's probably just hype that, and they're just going to suck like they always do or anything like that. But just something about this season, I'm kind of liking the Cowboys. However, Eagles in Philadelphia rather, I'm not going to pick against the Eagles on the money line. I think by the end of the game, I think the Eagles will win. I do think it'll be a closer game than the spread here suggests, which is -8 to the Philadelphia Eagles, who are the favorites. I got to say, I think the Cowboys cover that. So I'm pretty sure I think the Eagles win the game, but I don't think it's going to be by 8 points or anything like that. I bet it's going to be a pretty close game. Moving on to the next game here. We've got the Chiefs heading to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers in a Friday night game, actually. This game is in neutral. I'm guessing it must be, I haven't really seen where it is in the world. I really don't care where it is in the world. That doesn't concern me at all. It's just a football game, in my opinion. But we got the Chiefs and we got the Chargers. Now, the Chiefs, obviously neutral, but they're only 3-point favorites here. I don't know. Chargers are probably going to be a good team this year. I think, just given the quality of the Chiefs, and I think both teams have extraordinary good coaches, but I think the Chiefs having all preseason and offseason here to prepare for this game, I'm probably going to go with the Chiefs on the win here. And I'll go ahead and say that they cover the spread because it's only 3. But I kind of like the Chiefs here, just in a close one. I think I can understand and agree that I think it'll be a close game. But overall, I do think the Chiefs will come out ahead here and just squeeze this one out. But I do think the Chargers are going to be a good football team this year, so it would not surprise me if I'm wrong here. Next game, we've got the Arizona Cardinals heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints. I hate both these teams. I really do. I don't think the Saints are going to be much this year. The whole quarterback situation is a mess there. I refuse to like Kyler Murray, but he is usually pretty good to start the season. So I think I'm going to head with the Cardinals here, who they are the favorites, so it makes sense to pick them money line here. I think the Cardinals will win this game. Saints plus 6.5. I think the Cardinals cover that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals run the score up a little bit here, just because I don't trust the Saints to be a good football team. I don't. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. And like I said, this is an absolute crapshoot. Nobody knows anything. But I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, winning and covering the spread. Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers heading to the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium to play them in a game of football. It would not surprise me if both these teams are competitive this season. I don't know if either are good, but I bet this game here, I think both teams are going to be better than probably last season. I like the Jaguars in Jacksonville, the home team here. They are the favorites. which makes sense. Just, really just home field favorites here. It's all they've got. The negative 3.5 points they're giving, or giving rather. But I'm going to have to decide with. I just think Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Bryce Young. So I'm going to head with the Jaguars here. And, obviously I think we'll have a little bit more to say as the season goes on. But like I said, we don't know anything yet. So we're just going to, go through here, get this video out of the way, and then they'll just get hopefully better as the season goes on. Next up, we've got the Bengals heading to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I am absolutely stunned that this money line is only 5.5 points. The Bengals are going to destroy the Browns. The Browns have no chance in this game. I know this one ahead of time. I already know this one ahead of time. Flacco or not, the Browns are not going to be a good football team this year. Bengals easily win this game, easily cover the spread. I can't, that has got to be free money right there. If there was ever free money given out by Vegas, it is right now with the Cincinnati Bengals negative 5.5 point favorites. They will easily win this game by more than that. I don't even see. I'm guessing maybe the home field advantage is giving the Browns a little closer edge there, but no. I think the Bengals probably absolutely boat race them. Next up, we've got the Raiders heading to New England to take on the Patriots. Another dumpster fire, in my opinion. I think the Raiders, as much as I hate them, as much as I do not like this man, Tom Brady will likely mold that franchise into a decent franchise eventually. I don't think they're there yet. But I think they will likely become a good franchise under his leadership a bit. But right now, I really like the Patriots this year. I think the Patriots are going to surprise a lot of people. Unfortunately, I hate that. Being a Dolphins fan, it's not exactly the thing you want to say. But I do think the Patriots will be better this year than they were last year. I do not think the Raiders are going to be that good. I play a lot of fantasy football, and I do not get these people. And I'm probably going to say his name wrong. I don't know, Ashton Genti or whatever the heck his name is. How people think he's going to be worth a first-round draft pick in fantasy drafts. I wouldn't take him in the 10th round. He might be an outstanding running back eventually, but one, he's a rookie, and two, he's on a bad team. How does that equal success? You're idiots if you're drafting him. I got to be honest with you. But either way, Patriots win this game and probably cover the spread. I think this might be more free money here because their spread is only negative 2.5, which means if they win by a field goal, then they cover that spread. That is kind of actually ridiculous. I think they easily cover that spread. So, maybe go put the house on that one. Don't put the house on that one. Don't trust me on that. But I would bet some money on that one. All right, next we've got my Miami Dolphins taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. Now, I hate picking the Dolphins, but I just don't think the Colts are a good football team. I really don't. I also don't think the Dolphins are a good football team, though. So, what do we do here? It's practically a pick'em with the Dolphins being 1 point underdogs. So they're even Vegas agrees with me here as far as who knows. Being a Dolphins fan, I feel like it's safe to take the Colts because they're playing in Indianapolis and the Dolphins, all they do is make me cry, just like Darius Rucker said. So that's how I'm going to go here. I think the Colts win this game and probably I don't think they'll win by a point. So probably cover the spread as well there. I probably will miss out on a few spreads going through this because you just really shouldn't bet, in my opinion, week one on spreads. Other than, maybe you got like the Patriots and the Bengals there who are playing some bad teams and maybe it's worth a bet. But until you have a bit more data points to run with here and see what teams are actually doing in the regular season and injuries and stuff like that and how they pile up, I don't think you can really trust the spreads too much. Just go with the pick'ems this week. So there we go. Colts over the Dolphins. All right, next up we have the Giants heading to Washington to take on the Commanders, who may become the Redskins again one day. Who knows? I don't know. But I keep seeing that, and I kind of hope it happens because I kind of hate the name Commanders. I don't like the Redskins or the Commanders at all, one way or the other, but I do prefer the name the Redskins. So Giants at Washington. I got to go Commanders here. And honestly, only 6 point favorites. That's at home with, I don't know. I think the Commanders probably pull that one out. Maybe the Giants are a little bit better than I'm thinking they are, but I'm definitely going Commanders pick them. As far as to win the game. As far as the 6 point favorites, I don't know about that too much, but that feels kind of low as well. Now, I don't know if they did this on purpose. I have to assume somebody somewhere knew something here, but the fact that Aaron Rodgers is now the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers and his first game as a Pittsburgh Steeler is going to be in New York against the Jets in week one of the very next season since he played there, that's kind of crazy. I mean, maybe just a coincidence. I don't know. I will say that I do think the Steelers win this game because, one, I think the Steelers are a better football team than the Jets. But, two, this will probably be one of Aaron Rodgers' last good games in the NFL. If anything, when a top elite competitor has a chance to prove some people wrong or has some sort of motivation like he most likely has after the way he was treated in New York at the end of his tenure there, which maybe it was justified, but he won't see it that way, obviously. This probably spells disaster for the Jets. He probably lights them up, if I had to take a guess. So I definitely like the Steelers here. Also, the spread here is negative 2.5 to the Steelers, giving the Jets some points there. I kind of like that because I'm pretty sure the Jets are winning. I'm pretty sure the Steelers are winning, and I can't see them just winning by 2 or less. That seems kind of crazy. But anyway, Steelers definitely win this game. I don't see any other outcome there. As far as the spread goes, I kind of like the Steelers spread there too, so maybe you want to take a look at that. All right, we got the Buccaneers heading to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Now, to be honest, this is a tough game to pick. I remember these games last season. I think they each won one, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that it was a sweep here either way, but they were very good games, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I'm remembering that they were very good games between the two of them. Very hard-fought games. I don't know who I like here. Probably the Buccaneers, just because they'll have a more stable quarterback in Baker Mayfield over the Falcons' Penix. So that's kind of how I'm leaning. The Buccaneers are favorites, so it makes sense. I kind of like the Buccaneers as well. On the spread, I don't know. I mean, I could see that being a close game, so I don't know if I'd want to mess with the spread on this one, but if I had to guess, just because, anytime I see a spread less than 3 and I feel like, in my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, I don't really gamble a lot, so, I'm just giving you my opinion, obviously. Do with it as you please. But the Buccaneers being the team I would pick and then only being down 2.5 points, I feel like how often do teams win with a field goal? So I kind of like the Buccaneers there on the point spread as well. I think what I'll do at the end of this is I'll run down them one more time real quick to just say who I'm picking and who I'm taking with the point spread, just so I have a definitive record of it, because I do, up in the top corners here, once we get rolling a little bit more, I'll have my I'll have my record through the season. We'll keep that updated so that everyone can see just how amazing I am at picking these games. All right, next up we have the 49ers heading to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And again, this game reminds me of the last one. This is just going to be one of the, these two teams always play each other tough. It doesn't, they are one of the better rivalries in the NFL right now. Vegas has the 49ers as favorites. I kind of agree with that, just because with Seahawks, who was it? Sam Darnold is their quarterback now, I think. I can't remember. But 49ers got Brock Purdy. McCaffrey's back and healthy. I just think the 49ers are probably going to have a better go at this here. So give me the 49ers. As far as the spread, the 49ers are 2.5 favorites there, so probably take the 49ers on the spread as well. Titans go to Denver to take on the Broncos, and the Broncos are 8-point favorites here, which is absolutely nuts. I tend to agree here. One, Broncos had one of the best defenses in the league last year, and they get to play at home against a rookie quarterback. That is not a good formula for success for the Titans there. So I kind of like this right here. I don't know, 8 points seems, until you know more, in my opinion, until you can really see what's going down. 8 points seems like a lot for week 1. But the Broncos probably win this game. I probably have to go Broncos on the point spread here as well, taking them -8. I don't see how you don't. I don't think the Titans will score a lot of points in this game, and the Broncos obviously will, because they'll win the game. But yeah, that's 8 points week 1. That's tough. All right, we've got the Lions heading to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Now, this is kind of interesting. They've got Packers as the 2.5-point favorites in this game. If I recall correctly, the Lions were absolutely just dumping on teams last season, especially early on before injuries caught up with them and stuff like that. To me, I do think the Packers probably have a decent team. I don't think they've got a Lions team. I think I like the Lions this year. I don't know how you don't. Like, they're obviously going to be just as good, if not better, than they were last year, I think. So, in my opinion, taking the Lions money line, and Vegas is going to give me 2.5 points on the top of it, I think I take that as well. So, Lions, the underdog here, I'm guessing just because it's a rival, it's a division game and they're away from home, so I get it. But it's also, it's not going to be, the cold probably doesn't bother Detroit players as much. I mean, they're up there just like Wisconsin and whatnot. So yeah, I don't really get this. This one kind of, I'm wondering what Vegas knows that I don't, because I would take the Lions every day to win this game. And Vegas wants to give them points on top of it. So, but that's how I'm going. Detroit Lions money and taking them on the spread as well. All right, next up we've got the Texans heading to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. I've heard Stafford is playing. So Rams favorites at home. Houston. I mean, Houston honestly probably had a pretty good team last year, but I feel like injuries really just bit them hard. I kind of like the Texans here. I think I'm going to go with the Texans just because they'll be healthy. Now, I think Mixon is still not playing, so their run game might be a little bit rough. But, overall, I think their passing game will excel. Even without Tank Dell, I think, there's still Nico Collins. They've got that rookie Higgins or something like that, which, I don't really get the Rams here. I think I have to go Houston with this one, and I take them on the point spread this week too. Why not? So I like them. Texans rather, beating the Rams. All right, the NFL wasting no time whatsoever getting us to big-time games here. The first Sunday night football game of the NFL season sees the Ravens head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Heck of a game here. I mean, two of the best AFC teams last season squaring up here early on. You've got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I mean, I kind of like Buffalo in Buffalo. Vegas it's a pick 'em really. It's just a 1-point favorite to the Buffalo Bills here. So it's really, you can't go wrong either way as far as what you're wanting to take here. I don't know. I think Buffalo will probably win this game just based on home field. That's the only reason I'm giving them this game, and I would probably take them on the spread too, because why not? They're only a 1-point underdog, and I'm already picking them to win, which means they will win by at least 1 point. So why not go ahead and just take the spread on that one? So Buffalo to win and cover the spread on that game. I hate to say that. I'd much rather see the Ravens win, although I don't like the Ravens much more than the Bills. But I need, the Dolphins need all the help they can get. So hopefully all the AFC East teams lose all their games just like the Dolphins will. And maybe the Dolphins get in the playoffs by some miracle. Who knows? But, Bills money, Bills spread. All right, we're at our final game of the week. First Monday Night Football game of the season. And can I say I'm so happy. And I'm sure there's probably going to be some weeks coming up here where they have two or whatever. But I don't really like when they have two Monday Night Football games. Now, I kind of get it, like if, one of the Sunday night games or Sunday games has to be postponed, play it Monday night or whatever. That makes sense to a point. But I really don't get the whole double header Monday Night Football thing. Just give me one Monday Night Football game, please. Please, just one at a time. I don't need to see two. I don't need to watch one to halftime and then the other one starts and I'm like, ooh, which one do I watch? So kind of happy that there's only one this season here to kick off. Vikings head to Chicago. Let's be real here. The Chicago Bears are going to be a terrible football team this season. I do not believe in, is it Caleb Williams? I don't even know his name. That's how bad he is. Like, I don't even care what his name is. But whoever the Bears quarterback is right now is, no. The Vikings are built much, much better. They are only favorite by 1.5 points, and I think they will win by much more than this. This seems like free money all the way. Take the Vikings and take the spread. All the Vikings. They will. Their defense is gonna just crush the Bears. Who do the Bears even have on their team other than that Caleb Williams and what I guess Romeo Odunze or whatever? I mean, come on, get real. I do not like the Bears at all this season. Until proven otherwise, I would be picking against them every single game. I think, especially playing the Vikings. So I think are probably going to be, I wouldn't say a top tier team, but definitely one of the more competitive teams as the season progresses. So easy one here. Vikings beat the Bears. I just want to go through and definitively pick which games here. Just in going forward, each video I will do this much more seamlessly. But I think there were a couple games here I didn't say who I was picking the spread for. So this is just me going to definitively say this is the team I'm taking, and this is the team, the spread I'm taking. So Cowboys, Eagles, I like the Eagles to win. I think the Cowboys cover. So I would take Eagles money line, Cowboys spread. Chiefs, Chargers, I like the Chiefs to win, and I'll go ahead and say Chiefs cover that spread as well. Cardinals, Saints, I'll go Cardinals win. Go ahead and take Cardinals on the spread on that one as well, just because I don't think the Saints are very good. Panthers, Jaguars, I like the Jaguars more here. It's only 3.5 points, so I probably would just take the Jaguars on the spread as well. Bengals, Browns, Bengals easy. And if you find a spread for 5.5 points, take that all day long. Bengals win money, Bengals win on the spread. Raiders, Patriots, I'm taking the Patriots both money and spread. I think they easily cover that one. Dolphins, Colts, we'll go with the Colts winning the game and go ahead and cover the spread as well, since they're going to win by more than one most likely. Giants, Commanders, Commanders win. I know it's a rivalry game, but I'll go ahead and say the Commanders cover the 6-point spread. Just a fresh, Jaden Daniels there probably just lights them up first game of the season. Steelers, Jets, we got the Steelers winning that game. And we'll go ahead and say they cover because it's 2.5 points. So they should cover that pretty easily in my opinion. So Steelers money, Steelers spread. Buccaneers, Falcons, we'll say the Buccaneers win money line and cover the spread on that one as well. 49ers, Seahawks, we're going 49ers money line, 49ers spread. Titans, Broncos, we're going Broncos money line. It's 8 points, but I think I still go to Broncos there as well. Broncos money, Broncos spread. Lions, Packers, I think the Lions win this game, and even though they're underdogs, they're definitely going Lions spread on that one. Giving them 2.5 points, why not? So Lions money, Lions spread. Texans, Rams. I already forgot who I said was going to win this game. I think I said the Texans. I almost forgot who I said won this game. Pretty sure I said Houston wins this game, and they're underdogs as well. So we'll go ahead and take them money line and spread. Ravens, Bills, I'm pretty sure the Bills win this game, and it's only 1 point underdogs here, so we'll go ahead and say they cover that spread. Finally, Vikings, Bears. Vikings will win this game money line, and then they will cover that spread as well. So that is the video. It feels good to be back. I cannot wait to start putting these out every week for you. Please leave a comment down below to tell me which teams I got wrong. Tell me which games I got right. Tell me what your favorite team is, and get mad at me if I said they're going to lose. So do all that down in the comments below. Most importantly, though, give a like to the video as long as I picked your team to win. Subscribe if I picked your team to lose. There, I win either way, and then you can be upset with me one way or the other. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.